Hey, Gumi. I've got a couple of my friends here. Oh my God, your wedding is going to be full of my friends.
Ah, Kevin.
Yes, guys. So as the wedding planner, I've got a couple of people that I can allow to entry into the wedding.
At £200 a guest.
The bride doesn't want, because I'm the one with the guest list and everything.
These are my helpers.
I'll just be like, these are my assistants. Mama says, Masu, Makwenda Kupi, please don't stay. Please don't leave.
We're going out to eat.
We're gonna go we're just gonna go have some lunch, and then during our lunch we'll be deliberating on more of the stuff that we need to plan for towards the wedding. So there's just a lot. I think people that are on this platform and you've had a wedding, it's a lot of work, but yeah, it's nice. Guys, thank you, Jessica and Mamo. Guys, 1 hour ago.
This Mamo person really is insisting she's gonna be at the wedding.
Mamo na Jessica. Mamo's like, can I have a little kiss, please, Kevin? So when is the wedding? When is the big day? When is the wedding? Okay, guys. I wish I could tell you the date of the wedding, but it's going to be published publicly with the correct dates for all to know. Yeah, I think we'll get there, and through various media you'll know about it.
Information.
Now, if any information goes, it won't be me.
And he's winking.
It won't be me. Kentuli Z says, where's the wedding? So the wedding is here in the United Kingdom, in England to be precise, because the United Kingdom is so good. Guys, when I first came here, I used to think UK can go to, it's like saying, what is UK like saying? It's like saying
London.
Yeah?
UK.
London. I don't know how to explain it, but UK is like saying Africa. No, Europe is like saying Africa. UK is like saying Harare. Then London is... Okay, guys, actually, this is wrong. Chato, you can ask me and I'll tell you. But the wedding is in the UK. And yes. Where are you gonna go?
A recent destination. A different town.
I'm getting crushing. No, Tari, it's going to be here in England.
We can't afford to have more than 100 guests. So we donations.
And we need to buy the color code. So please tell us. But also, guys, like for the people that are not going to be coming, obviously for many reasons, the wedding is going to be live. So it's going to be like a live update on the wedding. We're still talking about that. A couple of people do not want it to be live because they want their privacy. But I just said, you know what? It's the best way to celebrate with everyone else. And that kind of stuff.
Because I guess people have been part of our relationship, haven't they?
From the onset.
From the onset. So if we keep you out, would see. You've been through it all with us. Okay, I've ordered my dress. Invite, please.
Sheila Sbanda. Sheila yakhuluma isiNdebele. Yini? Ngoba emtshadweni sabe sikhuluma isiNdebele. Hey Liosa, hey Linda. Hey Sandra. Hello Sophia. Kevin, answer my crush ako below. Gumi. Gumi, stop it. Guys, really? What does typical Ndebele mean? It means typical Ndebele. We'll be in the UK in summer. Oh, Sandra, it's not going to be in summer actually. It's going to be in...
It's a winter wonderland.
It's a winter wonderland wedding. So it's really going to be, in the actual sense of the wedding, it will be in winter.
With a winter menu.
Turn right
yeah.
to Selhurst Place, then turn left.
Yeah. We actually need a pastor for this. We already have like an officiant.
Yeah, the registrar.
The registrar is going to do it.
The one that makes it all legal.
Right. Just so that it's legal. But like a pastor, I think we need a pastor to just come and bless the wedding and talk about, you know, the union. But yeah.
Turn right onto Selhurst Road.
Wow. Lami ngiyakhuluma uyatholakala ngaphi Kevin? Beki my esh ntolakala eZimbabwe, eHarare kumbe eBulawayo. Ndinowani kwa ku Zimbabwe, ku Harare kana ku Bulawayo, depending on the time. But I was born in Bulawayo. Ngicela invitation to, yeah guys, abantu bakhuluma isiNdebele la.
Your DM is gonna be popping with people wanting invitations. It's like they're going to a show, you know, like when you've got a show, but like, oh, can I get a free ticket?
Wait, is this thing on?
Yeah.
The charger?
Yeah, it should be.
Because it's saying
Or turn it around, turn the charger around.
Because it's saying 10% left. For this wedding I can be a pastor. Oh, someone wrote something very nice, Olinda. Someone said, glad Olinda finally got over your past. I really wish her all the best. You deserve to be happy. This is Amanda.
Thank you, Amanda.
Yeah.
But we should never forget our past, because our past is what makes us stronger people, better people. Ooh, I see what I've done.
What?
This guy, he's parked by the bus
stop.
So
okay.
You don't know whether he's waiting for thingy.
Hi guys, umshado lo wakho koBulawayo.
Say 10 minutes.
For all the people that are writing ukuthi umshado lo koBulawayo, umshado lo ungaphi England. That's where the wedding is going to be. Lingangikhohlwa Kevin yo.
What does that mean? I'm still learning my Ndebele. Speak Shona or English.
Ah, guys. Endele angichaza yo. Oh, Gamu. Hi, Gamu.
Kevin wakafumu keyo.
Why? Gamu, I hope I'm planning your wedding as well.
Be like me. Nobody knows me.
Everyone knows you, Olinda.
I do not fumuka like that.
Everyone knows you. People just know like a speck bit about me. That's it.
Kevin Agafumuka, everybody knows him. It's like, hi Kev, hi Kev.
Okay guys, I'm just going to do like a little quiz. What do you think the wedding colors are? Just out of interest. Maybe like you've seen Olinda posting like things that she likes. I think she posts a lot on her shoes and that kind of stuff. But what do you think the wedding color scheme is? The theme is Winter Wonderland. I've already let that out. But what do you think the colors are? Kevin, in India Chakubata. Let's translate. Olinda, you're looking good in that dress.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so for the colors, someone says pink and gold, someone says pink, someone says pink as well.
Pink
blush pink. Do you like pink? Blush. Guys.
It's as if pink steady.
Pastel pink is definitely there. Wow.
Okay.
Red. Pink and lots of gold. Red and white. Pink. Pink and gold. Okay. gold and pink. Wow, guys. Okay, I'm gonna let out the secret.
Okay.
Because everyone is spot on, guys.
They know me very well. It looks like.
I'm actually really shocked that you guys actually, a lot of people got this right. Because indeed the color scheme for the wedding is pink. I mean, pink is not the base color. There's another base color which I won't tell you, but there is pink and definitely there is a touch of gold on the pieces. So red looks very nice on Olinda, but unfortunately because it's a wedding and she can't really wear a red dress, she's gonna have to wear a traditional dress in a traditional color. But the wedding decor would be like a lot of like the soft pinks, so nothing too over the top. It's not going to be any of the fuchsia or there's a hot pink
or the hot
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It will definitely be the soft pastels.
Is there such a thing as a stripper pink? You know what I'm talking about. A stripper pink is like a bubblegum pink, like a
So why is it called stripper?
Stripper pink, it's like out there. It's like really bright. It's like, see me, I'm here. But yeah, ours is a pastel pink.
Yeah, so I was in maroon and gold. Nikki, I saw gold. I saw maroon and gold. I've said, guys, the color schemes are pink and there's gold as well. Yeah, so nice guesses, guys. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be very pretty. As time goes, I think there's bits and pieces of the wedding that we're going to be sharing, of course. So if you do, there's going to be a platform through the Herald, is it?
Yeah. The
Herald, that's going to do like profiling of the service providers that are working at this wedding. So for instance, like
it's called Becoming Mrs Nkomo.
Yeah.
That's the column.
So the column is going to be called Becoming Mrs Nkomo, and it'll give you like exclusive insights of the wedding plans and what we're planning and things like that. So all that kind of stuff, you guys will be on the know, and then it will do like profiling. I think that's a great way for you, for people that are also looking at getting married. If you want to share ideas or to kind of just have an idea of how you can also plan your wedding, I think that would be a good platform to follow, because there'll be a lot of that information in terms of, this spreads out all the way to Zimbabwe, anywhere else that you live or wherever you can access that platform, because it just means if we're going to be talking about,
is also online.
Oh yeah, because the Herald's online as well. So Becoming Mrs Nkomo will be quite a thing to look at. I think it's also good for people that want to get into the wedding business. I'll tell you that the wedding business is something that will never die, because people always get married. It's almost like running like a funeral business. You're almost guaranteed that someone's going to die at some point. And then I think it's good to get married at some point in life. If you don't want to do it, it's also no pressure. But there are definitely people that want to get married in life. So those would be your target market, of course, as a wedding business person. But
and that also, you guys are going to be going international, aren't you?
Right. So what I'm also going to say right now is I think for those that know me, if you look for VIP Hosting, which is the company that I work with, we do weddings in Zimbabwe. We've been doing weddings in Zimbabwe for the past 4 years. And so obviously, just like anything else, you have to expand, you have to grow, you have to explore other endeavors. And fortunately enough, our first wedding will be this actual wedding, which is Olinda and Tytan's wedding. So we're really excited as well, just to be able to do this for the first time, obviously not in our homeland, and being able to express ourselves and things like that. So we've started taking bookings for weddings that are outside Zimbabwe. This is our first wedding here in England. So a lot of you might think that the wedding is actually like a stone throw away, but not really. It's sooner than you think, but it's not that close, because I'm going to go back to Zimbabwe after this. So we've done the site visits, we've done most of the stuff that we need to do together in person and that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to go back home in Zimbabwe, do a couple of weddings in December, and then come back and do the wedding here in England. Oh, Titi's here. Hi, Titi. Say hi to Titi. She's online.
Hi, Titi. That's one of my bridesmaids. Hey, my 2 favorite men. Who's your 2 favorite men, Bana?
Why is she being like that, though?
Titi, take it off the bridesmaids list.
So, yeah, Titi. Actually, I need to call you, Titi, because there's a couple of things that I need from you. I know you got those manzanita trees for the Winter Wonderland, but long story short, I'm going to give you a call and then we're going to talk about that, right? Sandra Goja, yes, book me for your wedding in the US. I can come and do it. I mean, oh my God, Titi says Tytan na Kevin, because this is Tytan's profile, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, we forgive you. We forgive you. And I think this is a Valentine wedding. No.
Thanks, Gamo. Gamo, I can't wait to start planning your wedding as well. You can have it wherever you want to have it. Mozambique, Malawi, I will come down. I mean, I came all the way to England, guys. And sometimes, you know, people think, you know, it's an expense or whatever and things like that, but sometimes it's worth just having,
especially if you plan and book in advance, because flights are cheaper that way and all that. And Kevin is well traveled, so him getting a visa to go anywhere is not a problem. So I'm gonna meet a visa. No. Well traveled. You were in France last week, weren't you?
Yes, I was in France last week.
French bride is waiting for you out there,
guys. So. Yeah. Titan is not here, Titi. Yeah, I know we're in Titan's profile, but it's not here at the moment. But, okay, just to go back on what I was saying, guys, is sometimes it looks like it's a lot of money to have to get a wedding planner and things like that. But I can tell you this. It saves you a lot of money to have a wedding planner, because there's a lot of background information that we have. And sometimes the only mistake that you're doing as a person who's getting married is you're paying one more than you're supposed to pay, or you're just, you know, sometimes just planning things makes you spend less. Because if you plan, Kuti, I want to have 2 sandwiches, and you buy those 2 sandwiches, you won't spend more than you need to spend. Most of the times when you don't know what you want, you'll be like, maybe I want about 4 sandwiches or 5. And then because you have no guidance, whatever, you buy those 4, you use 2, and then you're left with 3, whatever I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying.
And
but
besides that, listen, you know, if you're sick, you go see a doctor. You know, sometimes there are little things in life that you self-medicate. But one thing I've learned in life, you know, being self-employed, working with people, I don't want to be an I know it all where I feel like I can do everything for myself. It's always great to go, stop showing my dress. It's always great to go to a specialist. It's always great to go to a specialist to help you. And the reason why I personally love working with Kevin and Lungi and Craig has been styling me over the phone, sending me accessories and dresses and this and that. He's been dressing Titan as well. The reason why I love working with VIP hosting, you know, there's enough wedding planners here in England, right? But the reason why I like working with this specific team is because they don't force things down your throat. They don't say, oh, you have to have this, you have to have that. They work with your plan and they make your plan a whole lot better. You have a vision and you're like, you know what? I want to have Winter Wonderland, but I want to do it this way and that way and that way. And then what they do is they complement your already vision that you have. Not the type of people that come in and they tell you, oh, I'm the expert, I know this, I was supposed to do this. They get me. And I love working with these guys because, like I said, they're professional, they get me, they listen, they're attentive, and Kevin is also a budgeter. Anakachikata down my costs left, right, and center. So sometimes them knowing where to get what you need and when you need it also helps because they're quite knowledgeable. Kevin was talking about flying in flowers from Zimbabwe because it's cheaper to get them from there than to get them here in England. He was talking about just a lot of things that he was talking about. Sometimes you want to have a huge 15-tier cake, whatever. They give you information like, you know what, do 5 dummy cakes and then for cosmetic look and whatever and stuff. So I just love working with Kevin and Lungi and Craig, and you know what, I will endorse them. That is why I chose a Zimbabwean company to come all the way from Zimbabwe to England to do this for me, because it's a special day and you want it done right by the people you trust, and I endorse them. I completely endorse them, not because, you know, I'm being paid by them. They're not paying me to say this. I'm not being paid to say this. And like I've always done in the past, I give you real reviews upon my actual experience. And I think these guys are it. Anybody that's worked with you, I mean, they've done that. You've done my little sister's wedding. It was a winter wonderland in Zimbabwe, and you managed to pull that off, even it's hot in Zimbabwe. And so, yeah, VIP hosting, whether it's parties, weddings, anything, corporate events, they are the people to go to. So I ain't know that angle. So
thanks for that, Olinda.
I love
sometimes
VIP.
I just don't know how to deal with like compliments. But yeah, I'll agree with that. I mean, we try as much as possible to make sure that we execute each person's detail down to the T. Oh, thanks, Titi.
Kevin's lost his words.
Oh my God, Titi. Titi's saying we'll even plan a funeral.
Okay, I'll put that in my will. If I'm gonna die, I would love to go with a bang. Make sure my, people are not crying. One more champagne and chi, you know.
What did I want to say? Okay, someone's asking. Quasi, hold on. So what are you? All right. Daddy is saying, when are you having lunch? It's nearly dinner time. Okay, so there's a 2-hour time zone difference between Zimbabwe and England at the moment. So right now it's 3:48. We finished our appointment. Yeah, we're gonna have a late lunch. We're driving to our spot right now because we have to leave. Because we had to go to where we're hiring all the decor pieces and things like that, which is where we're living now, to a warehouse.
That was all up in Croydon, and now we're going to Stratford.
Yeah. So, and then someone's asking, Kevin, we need you to plan our wedding in Zim. What's your contact? Okay, I'm going to put my contact below, so you can get me either on Facebook or you can get me on Instagram. So if you do have Instagram, you can get me on Instagram. You can also go on our website. We have a website where we have all our packages, etc. Yes, Daddy, so it's fine. We wish we could have had dinner, but we also were having a couple of meetings.
Well, our lunch can turn into dinner.
It's almost dinner time. Contact. Okay, so I'll put our website first of all. So website is www.viphosting.design, right? And then I was almost spooked. Is it Tytan Skhokho? I was expecting to write Kevin. Okay, anyway. So that's our website. And then Facebook. You look for VIP hosting or Kevin wedding planner.
1 mile, turn left onto Thurley Park Road.
That you're back in Zimbabwe after the 1st of December.
Right.
So you can take bookings for 2018. Or 19. Or 20.
And then Instagram as well. At Kevin Wedding Planner. Right. Okay, so yeah, so basically, if you go on our website or on my Instagram, whatever, you can send me an inbox. I'm currently out of office until the 1st of December because I'm in the UK, and then I only get back home on the 1st of December and start doing my emails and things like that. So if you send me an email or message, expect a response during the week after the 1st of December, and then I can take appointments. So if you're not based in Zimbabwe and you're having a wedding somewhere else, so how would then do our communication? Would obviously be through Skype appointments or FaceTime appointments or WhatsApp video appointments. And the reason why I say video calls is because there's a lot of reaction that we need to see, because our industry is a very creative industry. So when I'm speaking to a bride, I need to be able to see that if I'm saying, why don't we do round tables? If you say, yes, I want round tables, but your face looks like you're a bit skeptical, no. At least it helps me as the planner to have an insight to say, no, listen, do you really like the round tables, or do you really like pink? Do you really like gold, and that kind of stuff? So you'll see that we emphasize on video calls because they're very important for us to see what your reaction is towards everything that we advise. Because sometimes we only manage to then meet closer to the wedding or just before, but we always advise. Like I said, we advise if a client can afford to do an initial site visit, which is the first one way before the wedding. So when we come into the country of residence or into the destination country where you're having a wedding.
Yeah, we did our
site visit was when?
Was last Sunday, the Sunday before.
Yeah, the last Sunday. So this is not our first time meeting. We've met, we've finalized a lot of things.
We bought a dress together.
Yes, we actually bought her wedding gown, which is amazing. So you see, it's worth having someone come in well ahead of time so you can get all these details done. And then so for local weddings, things like Harare, Kwekwe, Gweru, Mashingo, Blawayo, we can give you a call, or if it's possible, we can meet. We also understand people's schedules and things like that. We meet on a schedule where we feel we've agreed that you're available and we're available, and then we sit down, we talk, have a coffee,
and you know what?
A drink, whatever. Yeah.
Even if you don't have a fiance or a boyfriend, book your appointment with Kevin for your wedding, whether it's 2018 or 2000. You have to speak these things into your life, Kevin. You know? So, wedding planners speak these things into your life. Even if you don't have a fiance yet or even a boyfriend, still go see Kevin, still book your things and say 2019, I'm getting married. And you know what? It will happen. Amen.
So,
amen to that. Preach, Sister Olinda.
Amen, guys.
Yeah, it will happen. So go and speak with them and whatnot, you know? Okay.
Okay, guys. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much done. We're just gonna go and sit down. But Tsitsi is the poster girl for faith.
You know,
so because she knows this faith thing, she talks a lot of faith.
2019, 2018.
What if you have two boyfriends? Iwe Ravi.
Then you decide which one you want to get married to.
Guys, wow.
These people are full of jokes.
But yeah, guys, so Olinda, do you have anything else before we would really become Mrs Nkomo with the planning?
Not really. I'm not really on Facebook much these days. That's why I'm on Bay's item. So if not, the next time you might catch me live will actually be on the wedding day. So if I'm a bit quiet, those that want to still follow me, you can always follow me on Snapchat. That's where I'm more active. Snapchat or Instagram, but Facebook and too much. So yeah. Auntie Kevin, see you in 2018 for my family wedding. Yes, OC, you have to speak it into your life. Oh, 2019. See, people are receiving. People are receiving. So yeah.
Munyodama chocolates, guys. Have fun, guys. What are you having for lunch?
We're not having carbs.
Tsitsi, we're not having carbs today because we are monitoring.
Only protein and
we're monitoring
water.
the dress is amazing, guys. I can't put it in words. But you know, I'll also say this whole faith thing is such a big thing because what we did is Olinda wanted a custom-made gown. So we contacted a couple of local designers and they said, listen, your wedding is less than 4 months away, so we won't be able to do a custom-made dress unless you're willing to push your wedding. But pushing the wedding meant it wouldn't be winter anymore, so it defeats the whole purpose of a winter wonderland. So Olinda we walked into the store, which has designer gowns that are pre-made, and then we said, you know what, we're going to find the dress here. And then so we went with Olinda, found a dress.
I tried 3 dresses before.
Yeah.
And I had settled on dress number 3. And then Kevin was like, no, just try dress number 4. And I was like, no, I'm not too sure. But Kevin insisted I tried dress number 4. And when I tried dress number 4, it was the one. Perfect.
Right. So we got into, Olinda at the end got into her 4th dress. And it was amazing. It was like a dream. And of course, because she's quite a custom-made person, she likes custom-made things, custom-made shoes, everything. She then spoke to the designer of the dress, and then there are a couple of things that she wants changed on the dress. I think even I remember on the day they were talking about ripping out the whole back. The front detail she was fine with, absolutely, but the whole back had to be ripped off so that they do like another design and kind of stuff. So in essence, she's still getting a custom-made gown because right now as we're talking, that dress is being hand stitched and things like that. All the details are being they're hand sewn and that kind of stuff. So it's still quite a personalized look. Oh, Munya kuti ipa bride, Munya bridal basa. Okay, so Munya I've met him in Zimbabwe before. He does a bridal store.
It's not my Munya.
Right. Yeah, Olinda has a best friend called Munya, guys. Yeah, they are best friends. They really are best friends.
But I don't like him.
Why?
He's my friend, but I'm Farid.
Munya's a good person. All the Munyas I know
I want to get rid of him. If anybody wants to have him.
All the Munyas I know are good people.
So.
All of them that I know. But.
So yeah.
Anyway. Munya, tichazokunzira mamwe ma clients avatoenda vatori dress sochitaura. But yeah, of course I'll work with you.
I don't think this is very important. I do not think I want to do a second dress. Kevin, should we do a second dress? I want to spend the whole day in my wedding dress. Because I'm never going to wear it again.
That's the thing. And then a lot of people like, if you want to do a second dress, you can. But I also see like the second dress being, because what happens is you go for a ceremony. The wedding program, how it's set up is you go for a wedding ceremony. And then you go for the wedding reception. So in essence, it means you're going to wear your dress for the first ceremony. Then you take it off. So not a lot of people get to appreciate the dress because you don't wear it for too long. And
but
then
with the price tag on the dress, I'll
and then also because the dress is expensive. It's really expensive. So it's like you're taking off money
just to wear it for an hour.
Yeah. So
no,
I think it's, and also because it's not like too traditional. It's very, I mean, Olinda can move in it, you know, in the kind of shoes that she's going to be wearing for the wedding as well. She could move very comfortably in that dress.
Oh, I was not supposed to stop
so
here.
Yeah. Oh really? You're supposed to go straight?
I might get a ticket here, but anyway.
You think so?
In those boxes. Anyway, it's okay.
Oh. Okay.
So,
but yeah, that's it, guys. I think we're pretty done right now.
Yeah, we're almost. We need a glass of wine now. I want Kevin to move to London.
Nah.
I'm voting for Kevin to move to London. Where's your passport?
I know. Yeah, London's great. I mean, for me, what's been my greatest experience with planning a wedding here is that everything is an online away. So if you feel like you can't find a certain thing, if you just go online, you can find it. And then there's so much competition in bidding prices. So if you can get something that is normally £20, if you do good research, you can get it at a bargain as well.
I'm a little bit disappointed though.
Why?
In a sense, Yakuti, with the Zimbabwean community, they have not really ventured into this wedding business. Nigerians are doing it, and they're doing it so big and so. It's amazing, guys. The work that Nigerians are doing with wedding decor and wedding planning and all that. I think Zimbabweans could actually venture into that business, and especially like in the first world countries like England, Australia, America, there is a lot of stuff. If you've got a more of a creative mind, you know, pretty amazing. We've talked about stuff in Poundland that are quite amazing as well.
Right.
But I just feel like they're not really there. When we talk about Zimbabweans, when we talk about weddings, it's mostly chair covers, a centerpiece. There's not that extra pizzazz that I think we could incorporate. So it would be great to see a lot of wedding designers, decorators and all that putting that extra punch. I think Nigerians, if you notice, like some of the blogs I follow on Instagram, like Bella Niger Weddings, some of the weddings that you see there are absolutely amazing. But yeah, it would be great.
Right. Titi, you just killed me. Titi says I forgot to wear my second dreads, and I don't have any regrets.
I forgot.
But what are you talking about, actually?
I was talking about.
Oh yeah. So yes. So the thing is, hey, what's the guys in introduction to my auction and stuff? So we're driving. I've just seen this thing. I'll be thinking if I take all these things to Zim, someone's gonna benefit from it. Anyway, so guys, listen, the wedding industry is so big. Like, if you just get into it relentlessly and just be perfectionist at what you're doing, you'll do so well. I mean, I've been wedding planning seriously for the past 3 years, you know, and I'll tell you this, I'll be very honest, it's very rewarding. If you work at it and you're very determined and you have to be so passionate about it. I mean, like Olinda was saying, Nigerians are doing it. I see Ghana's also coming up with a lot of weddings, and then just a stone throw away from us in Zimbabwe, South Africa's also doing beautiful weddings and things like that. So we just really need to want better for ourselves. So if you're planning a wedding, for instance, don't feel okay with having a centerpiece that has 4 roses or you know, like little flowers and things like that, right? It's okay to have a wedding and have something nice, and this doesn't mean break the bank, guys. And that's why we always say it's good to have a wedding planner, because there's a way around things. There's definitely a way around things. Sometimes if you don't want to spend on flowers, then spend on candles. Drive down to South Africa, buy candles. They're so affordable down there. Bring them, put 6 candles.
In Zimbabwe, are they not making any candles?
I mean, actually, you know, that's the thing.
They're not.
A bit, because yeah. So, you know, that's the thing. Like, and we also need to get suppliers that start supplying us stuff in Zimbabwe.
Hold on, stop. What is the material that's used to make candles? Wax. What is in wax? Wax?
So I think wax.
Are you telling me in Zimbabwe to candles like this big, small, whatever? We have to go to South Africa to make them, to buy them? Nobody manufactures candles besides the.
Yeah.
They don't have those. Wow.
You know, candles are. I think for the kind of wedding candles that we would like to use in our industry,
those big ones and stuff.
Yeah, I think we just need to get a manufacturer who's going to start doing those kind, and also sell them at a reasonable price. Because what I've noticed is if you do get candles in local stores, because I'm in this industry, sometimes when you calculate it, it's better to import from somewhere, because they just cost so much more. And I don't understand why. Is it because the wax costs a bit different in Zimbabwe or whatever it is? I mean, I would really love to get everything of our supplies back home and locally, But I mean, if it's also not within a realistic record, and I'm trying to make as much as possible my clients not to spend too much for their weddings. If it's gonna cost me less for me to get a candle in, pay duty for it, and it still beats your price, and you're doing the candles locally, then we just need to be really. I think Zim is up for a good turn. Obviously with everything that's happening down in Zim, and I'm really excited about that, because it's going to be so much more fun being able to execute all our weddings using our own resources. I mean, if you see the weddings that we do back home in Zimbabwe, we get things cut down in the glass companies in Zimbabwe. We get flowers from, whenever we can, although it's very difficult. We try to get all our flowers from local farms and things like that. So the industry is it's good. The industry is really good if you want to get into this, but only, and I'll say this, only if you're passionate about it. Because these brides will call you at 1 a.m. They'll call you at 2 a.m. They will ask you...
I've never called you one. I'm not a bridezilla.
Well, you're not a bridezilla, but I'm just saying, like, brides in general are different, and that's what I'll say to you. You as a person who's trying to get into the wedding planning business, you have to also be open-minded as to the different characters that you meet with some brides. I'll tell you, with Olinda, she's the kind of bride that I think she believes in us so much that she'll tell you, I want this and this and this, and just trust that she'll be able to do. So it's my homework to know that, listen, I'm with a client that trusts me so much.
To deliver.
Yes, I have to deliver, because if I don't, Olinda won't believe that, Kevin, how could you not be able to do what I asked you to do? For her, it won't make any sense. Then there are clients that are just really always on the edge. They think, okay, maybe you can do it, maybe you can't. So they're constantly checking on you, asking you, so is this going to be possible? Is this not going to be possible? And things like that. So you need to be prepared to get into that industry, knowing that you're dealing with so many different people.
I personally would have been glad for you to do the whole don't tell the bride. That's how much I trust you guys. Like, I would say, you know what, Kev, go buy my dress, go do everything. Just tell me the date, the place, and I'll be there. Like, do everything for me. I know you guys can deliver. You guys are good. Yeah.
So anyway, like I said, guys, if you want to get into this industry, as long as you're passionate about it, it's very rewarding. You have to be passionate, but you also need to work really hard.
Be patient, isn't it?
Right.
You have to be very patient.
Yeah, you also have to be patient and innovative. But the innovation, Kayemuma weddings, has to be fast. Like really fast. Because sometimes you can go into a flower store in Zimbabwe, for instance. You walk into Floribunda, which is a flower market. You get there, you wanted to buy maybe, say, 10 bunches of pink roses. You get in there, they say we only have 2 bunches of roses. Right there on the ground, the wedding is tomorrow. You have to think, what is an alternative that I can make to get the same kind of concept that I was working with? Look at carnations, look at other flowers and things like that, and incorporate them, and still be able to bring out something to your client. It should be a story afterwards where you say to your client, listen, do you know that a day before your wedding, when I went to the farms and I only could get 2 bunches of roses? And then the client should be able to then appreciate that you went out and made a second option without even having to think, oh my God, putting your client into panic and telling them, listen, there are no flowers, what am I going to do? You're asking your client what you're going to do for flowers that you need to supply and that kind of stuff. So it really, I'm just talking about flowers because that's one thing that we have been struggling with in Zim, especially, like just getting a lot of adequate supplies. Because as much as I remember, I think we only have 2 farms that do roses, and they're supplying the whole nation. 2 farms. So they're supplying anywhere where you hear flowers. They're just 2 farms.
Flower farming, I might make it.
Yeah. If you do a flower farm, you'll do really well. But the unfortunate thing about doing flower farming is it's such a mammoth task. We've looked into it. There's irrigation, there's temperature controls in like the greenhouses and things like that. So I don't really think you can just I really don't think you can just do it as a business. You have to be passionate about flowers as well.
Yeah, horticulture.
Because, you have to be passionate about farming. And I've seen, like, the farmers that I've seen that work in the flower industries, they're so passionate about flowers.
Tell me this. Obviously I know, but they don't. Let's say come to the day of the wedding. What does your planner do on the day of the wedding? What do you normally do, Kevin? on the day of the wedding?
Okay, so basically, so you can have like an insight of what we do on the day of the wedding. Wedding planning starts absolutely months before the wedding. So before the wedding, what we're doing is we're creating schedules that help us run the wedding day. So for instance, I'll tell you one of the schedules that we create is what we call the getting ready schedule. Getting ready schedule means, as a bride, what's going to happen on the morning of the wedding. So on my schedule, I normally say the first thing that's on my schedule is wake up and have something to eat, right? And this is very important, guys, and I'll tell you why. When you're going through your wedding day, there's a lot that you go through internally, and it's not like any ordinary day. Your adrenaline is on steroids, your hormones are all over the place, and that kind of stuff. You're anxious, you're excited, all these emotions are happening at the same time. So you can imagine if you're, and so it means your body is working so much more, everything is just rushing, you know. So if you don't eat anything on the morning of the wedding, the time that you're walking down the aisle, so I'll tell you what happens. It's so significant. You walk down the aisle, you see all your guests, you see your parents, your friends and whatever. When you get to the edge of the aisle, it hits you like, okay, so this is what I was anxious about. I've seen everyone, everything is fine.
Yeah.
So
what was the fuss about?
Right, so what was the fuss about? So all those fake emotions then leave you at the same time. All that anxiety, all that just comes off at the same time. And then your real emotion hits you because your body has been working so much more. You get so hungry at an instant. You get hungry, you get thirsty, you're dehydrated. Then now you're thinking, oh my gosh, I want a sandwich, I want a drink. But you can't because you're right in front of the priest. You can't really say, can you give me a minute? I want to drink something, you know, that kind of stuff. So that's why we say the schedules are really important. They help you as a bride to get emotionally stable and prepare for your day. So we start with the getting ready schedule. I'll give you the schedule well ahead of time, but I will supervise the schedule. So for instance, when it's time for breakfast, I will call you, or whoever's your maid of honor normally is the one that has the phone, and I'll say, listen, have you checked that Olinda has had a breakfast? If she says no, Olinda hasn't had a breakfast, I'll say, listen, Olinda, remember what I told you? Even if it's something that's high on energy, it could be a drink with lots of sugar, it could be a tea with lots of sugar, but something that's going to sustain your energy, because your next meal will be during cocktail hour. So you get up at 8 a.m. If your wedding is going to start at 2, your cocktail hour will be about at 4 o'clock. So it means really you're not going to eat anything between 2 and 4. And can you handle that, you know? So basically then we go through the getting ready schedule. After that, we schedule that the makeup artist comes, actually the bride goes and takes a shower and that kind of stuff. Then the makeup artist comes in. The third thing after the makeup artist comes in is the hairstylist. She comes in. And then also that needs to be intricately planned. So if your hairstyle is one of those that overlap your face, it means your makeup artist is supposed to do your face first, do all the contouring, and then the hairstylist comes in. Because what you don't want is now, if you've done a hairstyle that overlaps your face, like that one.
Yeah, and
right?
Your makeup is already...
Right, and then so now the makeup artist is trying to do your face, and then they're lifting off that fringe, and then it becomes a bit hectic. So we plan all that intricately up to the time that the bride is ready. Absolutely ready to walk down the aisle, and then we plan how they're going to walk down the aisle. So who goes down the aisle first, who goes second, and people sometimes you rehearse this the day before the wedding, like during the evening of the wedding you do what we call a rehearsal dinner and you do the walkthroughs and whatever. But sometimes because people are nervous, they forget their cues. So as a wedding planner, I'm there to say, listen, you're going to be next, or remember, you're the one who's going to do this, or you're going to hand the bouquet at this point. I also remind the bride on like little tips on how to walk in your wedding gown. So when you're walking your wedding gown, sometimes because it's such a big dress and you probably never worn a big dress in your life, you know, so the technique that we normally tell our brides is, you know, slightly kick the dress and things like that. So all that kind of stuff. You can imagine trying to think all these things on the morning of the wedding. So having a wedding planner means you're having someone to think for you and really just to lead you to say, listen, now we're doing this, listen, now we're doing that, right? Then we get into the program, we do the ceremony, we get into cocktail hour, we do the photo session. The photo session, you need to be able to know, you know, so during the family photos, how are the photos going to be structured? So you have bride and groom plus groom's parents, or bride and groom plus bride's parents, a shot for the friends, bride and groom plus tetes and sekurus. All that stuff needs to be intricately planned. So that's really what we do in a nutshell about just getting every detail done according to the timing, you know, obviously keeping time. And also delegating duties as they come. So everyone has when you're doing the schedules, you send the schedules well ahead of time to say, listen, as the MC, this is what is expected of you, this is what you're supposed to do. As the ushers, as the waiters, this is what you're supposed to do, and things like that. So after that, we're just supervising that everything that we've instructed them to do well ahead of time, they do according to how we've orchestrated it. If there's any unforeseen thing that comes through as well, so sorry, got a bit interrupted there. But basically, so we get into emergencies. For instance, I'll tell you, this happens a lot with the groomsmen and grooms, because a lot of guys normally don't wear formal, so they only wear formal on a wedding day. So because of that, sometimes you snap your trousers or something like that. You need to have someone who's hands-on and has experience to put that together. You can imagine now thinking, oh my gosh, now I've got a patch on my trousers, what should I do? Same as the bride. If some of her beads fall off her dress, there's no panic, because there's already someone that you can say, listen, Kevin, you're on the ground, what can I do? You know, that kind of thing. Same as food service. I remember one time at this wedding that we did, there's a caterer was doing a chicken curry. So the nature of a curry is that when you're cooking it, there's a lot of debris that sticks at the bottom of the pot, and so if you're not careful and you don't keep stirring, all that's burning underneath contaminates the whole chicken, and then all the chicken tastes like it's burnt. So now the caterer then came to me and says, you know what, I've done the preps, but I don't know, I've never done a curry before, and can you please come and taste this chicken? It tastes like it's burnt. So she didn't know what to do, because like we only had about an hour before dinner service. But I had to think fast as well. So I thought, listen, we have to go to the nearest restaurant and get a chicken curry. So I thought of an Indian restaurant that was close by. I called them and said, listen, do you have enough to serve this amount? And they said, no, we don't, but we can get from another company that's 2 roads down from us and whatever, and things like that. When we got there, we paid for the curry, took it to the wedding, and everything was served on time, and there was no hiccup. So you really have to think very fast, you know. So if anything, if you have a wedding planner, can you imagine now if the chicken has been burnt and someone's coming to the high table to say, yeah, chicken yachaku kitchen, or inkuku sichile ngale kitchen, so senzen, you know, that kind of thing.
Hey, do you know what? On my wedding, do not even come to me and tell me that something has gone wrong. I promise. Do not. And the other thing I love about having a planner, or because I know Kevin's job is not to leave my side throughout the whole wedding and whatnot, is also for family members. You know, when your sister's getting married or your brother's getting married, Panama close relatives that are so hands-on, right? They do not get to enjoy the wedding either. And I want my wedding to be one whereby all my brothers and sisters get to actually enjoy. They do not have to worry about all the other bits and pieces, because we actually have somebody on hand to take care of that. You know, I want everybody to feel like they were really part of the wedding. Not kuti mumwe akatenga ma high heels zake, but could not even wear them because they spend most of their time running around. You know, that's why Kevin is there, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So we get down into all those details, guys, and making sure that, you know, you'd rather as a bride hear of something that happened after the wedding. So you hear, oh, you know, during the wedding the cake fell and whatever and things like that. Then the bride will be like, really? Did that happen? I'll be like, yeah, but we made a plan and whatever. So it should be that story, not on the day to be told like, this is what's happened. Now what should we do? You know, the kind of thing. So, you know, I mean, we also, I normally say to my brides, I don't want to speak too much about mishaps at a wedding, because the way we plan weddings is we plan it to perfection. We make sure that, I mean, the only mishap that I can remember right now is that one when the chicken, because the caterer had never done a curry and they burnt the chicken curry. And then there's one time when one of the DJs played the wrong song when the bridesmaids were walking down the aisle. you know. So with me, I will call you as the DJ to say, listen, remember, our bride song is this song, our groomsmen song is this song, our mini bridal team song is this song. I will call the cake baker to say, listen, remember, you have to arrive at the venue at this time. So everything is a constant reminder. Your wedding planner is there to remind everyone of what they do. I think also, if you are a service provider and you've been reminded to do things like more than 15 times, I think it'll be very, it'll be actually very selfish of you to not take note of what you're supposed to do. And for me, I mean, yeah, are we supposed to go this way?
I think it's that way.
Okay. Guys, actually, you know what? We're just about to get to our lunch, or our late lunch spots.
Yeah, well, we took the wrong exit because the person behind me was not patient enough to let me. Anyway.
So, if I don't MC that wedding, hey, wait and see. Who's that? Cute Dubes is Ziba.
He wants to MC.
I've actually never worked with Q, but I've seen the work that he does, and
yeah, I love his comedy. Yeah,
but I'm scared. I'm just scared one day you'll be like on me, you'll be like,
that's
wedding planner.
I once watched.
I need to deal with him.
I think he was at ZFM, and oh my God, he was really fighting for me. And I don't know what they were discussing and stuff, and he was really in my corner and all feisty and all that.
So Q, you know the bride is speaking well of you, so maybe you might just be getting an email.
Has he been to my
services? He wasn't there when. So Q, if you're not here, Olinda was saying, you know, the only people that are invited to Olinda's wedding are people that have been to her house in person. So if you've been to her house,
you're good.
Yeah, but yeah. So guys, I think is it get to the dance floor? Yeah, guys. So I think we've spent a lot of time with you guys, just keeping up to speed with
behind
everything.
The scenes.
But thank you guys for reeling behind this and being here and that kind of stuff. It's exciting to be able to share what we do, and we do hope that we'll keep you posted as time goes with the plans for the wedding, and happy days are coming. Oh, I'm only leaving because we're just about to get to our lunch spot. I think you'll only see the lunch things if you go on Olinda's Instagram or Snapchat.
Follow us on Snapchat.
Or on my Snapchat. Yeah? Okay, guys. Let me just put... Do you have... I've been to her house in my dreams. Philippa. I'm going to have your address. Oh, Kutvan Wawuyega.
Okay.
I'll give you... Do people have your Snapchat?
My Snapchat is Miss Chapel.
Okay, and...
Titans is _Titan.
Okay. Snapchat at Miss Chapel or at Titan.
Titan is the _Titan.
In half a mile, turn right onto.
And then we've got an Instagram page, Becoming Mrs Nkomo.
Okay, and also follow Instagram. Instagram at Becoming
Mrs Nkomo.
Mrs Nkomo. Uma Nkomo. Can you say Nkomo?
Sure.
People saying Nkomo. I like the, you know what I like about England, guys, is let me just wipe this guy. Like the medieval buildings, like everything kind of looks
you
old.
randomly just come across one.
Yeah,
you know,
so when you're just driving, it's like modern, then an old building, and I really like that.
So okay, Titan architecture.
Yeah.
So we gotta go.
Alright guys, thank you so much. Have a good evening, afternoon,
and don't forget,
wherever you are.
You're all getting married in 2019. My singles, Nema, Hans, who is that hot guy? Which one now? Oh, you.
Nontoko Zendo.
Do you want what guy you?
Who is that? Hey, it's this guy. This guy's just a wedding planner.
It's just this guy.
But guys, thank you so much. I will see you guys again soon. Bye. Say bye to people.
Bye.